Hey everyone, welcome back to the latest episode covering everything you need to know about the New England Patriots as they gear up for one of the most anticipated matchups of the early NFL season. This Sunday, the Patriots will square off against the Pittsburgh Steelers, a team that always brings intensity, history, and a challenge every time they step on the field. Adding to the excitement, New England will be sporting the red throwback uniforms, giving fans a little extra flair and nostalgia while reminding everyone of the storied tradition that this team carries. There's something about seeing those colors on the field that just seems to lift the energy, both for the players and the crowd, and it could very well add an extra spark to a team that's already looking to establish its identity this season. One of the biggest storylines heading into this matchup is the possible return of Christian Gonzalez in the defensive backfield. His presence alone could shift the balance in a defense that is still finding its rhythm after the first couple of games. Gonzalez has been slowly working back from injury, showing encouraging signs in practice, and while there's no official confirmation that he'll suit up, the mere possibility injects a sense of optimism into the team. Defense, after all, has been a mix of flashes of brilliance in areas that still need tightening, and having a player of Gonzalez's caliber back could help stabilize the secondary, cover key receivers, and allow the linebackers to play more aggressively, knowing they have a safety net behind them. Looking at the historical angle, this game carries some weight beyond just the early season standings. The Steelers haven't played in Foxborough since September of 2019, which means fans are getting a rare opportunity to see one of the Patriots' most consistent rivals back in town. There's a rhythm and a narrative that comes with facing a team after such a long absence, and it's not just about the tactics on the field. It's about reigniting a rivalry, bringing back memories of past battles, and seeing how current rosters measure up to the legacy of the teams that came before them. For context, the last time the Patriots went 6 years without a home game against the Steelers was a stretch that saw them play 9 consecutive games in Pittsburgh from 1980 to 1996. That kind of historical framing adds a layer of anticipation that goes beyond statistics, making this matchup feel almost like a return to tradition for the fans, even as the teams themselves have evolved significantly. The first 2 games of the season have provided plenty of storylines to follow. New England got an important win against the Miami Dolphins, a game that showed the resilience of this team and hinted at what might be possible when the players execute at their highest level. While the victory was hard-fought and not without its ugly moments, it kept the Patriots from falling into a deep hole early in the season. That kind of start, 1 win and 1 loss rather than 0 wins and 2 losses, is critical in maintaining confidence and momentum as the team heads into a challenging matchup with the Steelers. Wins like that often serve as more than just a mark on the standings. They provide a psychological boost, reinforce the game plan, and allow the coaching staff to fine-tune areas that need improvement without the pressure of being on the brink of an early season slump. Offensively, the Patriots have had some standout performances that have energized the team and fans alike. Drake May, for instance, showed flashes of brilliance, executing plays under pressure and demonstrating why he's considered a pivotal piece in the offense. Rondre Stevenson also made an impact, showing versatility as both a runner and a receiver, and proving that he can be a dynamic threat capable of changing the momentum of a game. The offensive line has been generally solid, opening up lanes and providing the protection necessary for these key players to execute, though there have been moments that highlight areas for improvement. Mistakes like false starts, offside penalties, and miscommunications in the trenches are exactly the type of details that need to be minimized against a team like Pittsburgh, which thrives on exploiting errors and creating high-pressure situations for opposing quarterbacks. Defensively, the Patriots have had a mix of standout performances and areas that require attention. Tackling at the linebacker level has been inconsistent, and missed assignments have occasionally left gaps for opposing offenses to exploit. Robert Spillane and Christian Ellis, in particular, have seen numbers that indicate room for improvement in terms of wrap-ups and consistency in taking down ball carriers. At the same time, the defensive line has been relentless, constantly putting pressure on quarterbacks and disrupting plays in the backfield. Players like Milton Williams and Harold Landry have shown that the front four can generate serious pressure, forcing opponents into rush decisions and giving the rest of the defense opportunities to make plays. This combination of a strong pass rush with a few inconsistent elements at the linebacker level paints a picture of a team that has immense potential but needs to refine the details to reach consistency week in and week out. In terms of injuries, the team has managed to navigate through the first couple of games without any catastrophic losses, though there are several players listed on the injury report with limited participation. Christian Gonzalez's progress remains a focal point, as his return could solidify the secondary and provide a key matchup advantage. Other players, including key starters dealing with hamstring, foot, and neck injuries, have been monitored closely, but most are expected to participate in the upcoming game. Managing these injuries while maintaining performance will be a crucial task for the coaching staff, as the depth of the roster will be tested against a team as experienced and skilled as the Steelers. Among the surprises of the season so far are some players who have stepped up and exceeded expectations. Drake May has delivered, showing poise and decision-making beyond his years. Rondre Stevenson has re-emerged as a key contributor, demonstrating a mix of power and agility that keeps defenders guessing. On the flip side, some players who were expected to make an immediate impact have been less involved, highlighting the ebb and flow of NFL game planning and the adjustment coaches make based on current performance. Trayvon Henderson, for example, hasn't yet established himself as a primary offensive weapon, though his role may expand as the season progresses and the coaching staff looks to balance hot streaks with consistent contributions from multiple players. Defensively, the edge rushers have been a dominant force, with consistent production from the front line. The Patriots are currently leading the NFL in sacks, a testament to both the scheme and the individual talent along the defensive line. The combination of a strong pass rush and an opportunistic secondary creates an environment where quarterbacks have limited time and options, putting New England in a favorable position to dictate the pace of the game. This balance between pressure up front and coverage behind is central to the team's identity under Mike Vrabel, and it will be tested to the fullest against a quarterback of Aaron Rodgers' experience and skill. As the Patriots prepare to face the Steelers, all of these factors, historical context, player performance, injuries, and strategic execution, come together to create a matchup that is as much about legacy and rivalry as it is about wins and losses. The team is navigating a delicate balance, managing expectations while building momentum, and every practice, every play, and every decision will contribute to the outcome. For fans, it's a chance to witness high-level football, see which players rise to the occasion, and watch how the team handles one of the early tests of the season. With just a few days remaining, all eyes will be on Foxborough to see if the Patriots can take advantage of their strengths, manage their weaknesses, and continue building the foundation for a competitive season. As we dive deeper into the Patriots' preparation for the Steelers, it's impossible not to focus on the offensive side of the ball, where matchups and execution will be key. Drake May has already demonstrated a willingness to make plays in high-pressure situations, but Sunday will test his ability to read a complex defense like Pittsburgh's, one that thrives on disguising coverages and generating pressure from multiple angles. Timing will be critical. Receivers need to be precise in their routes. Backs have to find their lanes without hesitation, and the offensive line must sustain their blocks long enough for plays to develop. The interplay between the passing game and the running attack will likely define the Patriots' approach, as a balanced offense keeps the defense guessing and opens opportunities for explosive plays. Rondre Stevenson has emerged as a versatile weapon, capable of impacting the game both on the ground and through the air. His combination of speed, strength, and agility makes him a difficult matchup for linebackers, and his ability to catch passes out of the backfield adds another layer to the offensive scheme. Against the Steelers, Stevenson could see a heavy workload, especially if the Patriots want to control the tempo and keep Pittsburgh's offense off the field. Trayvon Henderson, while not as prominently featured in the early games, remains a factor who can be rotated in strategically, particularly in short yardage or blocking situations, giving the offense flexibility while managing the risk of fatigue or injury. Antonio Gibson also represents a versatile option, capable of stepping in to mix things up and provide a different look for the defense. This depth in the backfield is crucial, especially against a team that excels at exploiting predictable tendencies. The receiving core also presents a storyline worth watching closely. Hunter Henry continues to anchor the tight end position, offering a reliable target in the intermediate passing game and contributing in blocking schemes that are essential for both the run and pass protection. Stephon Diggs, meanwhile, provides a matchup nightmare for defenders, as his route running, speed, and hands create opportunities for chunk plays that can shift momentum in an instant. Behind them, other receivers will need to step up to maintain spacing and keep the defense honest. The challenge for May and the coaching staff lies in consistently reading coverages and making adjustments in real time, especially against a Steelers defense that has a history of disguising pressure and exploiting miscommunications. Injuries remain a storyline that cannot be ignored. While most of the key starters have been cleared for limited participation, the Patriots coaching staff has to balance the need for experience with the risk of aggravating minor injuries. Christian Gonzalez's hamstring will be one of the most closely watched, as his presence in the secondary could directly impact matchups against Pittsburgh's dynamic receivers. Carlton Davis, dealing with an Achilles concern, adds another layer to the decision-making process, while Harold Landry's foot, Morgan Moses' foot, Jared Wilson's thigh, and other limited participation injuries across the roster all contribute to a delicate juggling act. The ability of these players to perform at peak levels despite physical limitations will influence the team's effectiveness on both sides of the ball. Even seemingly minor injuries can disrupt timing and cohesion, making the coaching staff's management of reps, rotations, and recovery a critical factor for success. Defensively, the Patriots have been relying heavily on the front four to generate pressure, and so far, that strategy has yielded tangible results. Milton Williams, Harold Landry, Cheon, and other key contributors have consistently disrupted opposing quarterbacks, racking up sacks, hurries, and pressures that allow the linebackers and secondary to capitalize. The edge rushers have been particularly effective, forcing hurried throws and creating opportunities for turnovers. The pressure from a defensive line is not just about raw numbers. It alters the rhythm of the opponent's offense, forcing them into mistakes and reducing the time available for plays to develop. In a matchup against a veteran quarterback like Aaron Rodgers, who is skilled at reading defenses and adjusting protections, the ability to consistently apply pressure could make the difference between a close game and a decisive victory. Linebackers Robert Spillane and Christian Ellis will have their work cut out for them, as missed tackles and gaps in coverage can quickly turn a defensive advantage into a problematic situation. The defensive scheme relies on disciplined execution from the second level, and any lapses can be costly against a team that thrives on exploiting opportunities. The coordination between the pass rush, linebacker support, and secondary coverage will need to be seamless, particularly when facing the varied formations and personnel packages that Pittsburgh is likely to employ. The Patriots' ability to wrap up, pursue effectively, and maintain assignments will be tested rigorously, making communication and preparation essential for avoiding breakdowns that could shift momentum. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to Patriots Hub and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep delivering the latest updates on our New England Patriots. And don't be shy. Share your thoughts on the news in the comments below. The NFL world is buzzing with whispers that could shake the league to its core. TYREEK Hill, one of the most explosive wide receivers of his generation, has reportedly chosen the New England Patriots in a blockbuster move that insiders are calling game-changing. Sources close to the situation hint that negotiations were intense, with multiple franchises vying for Hill's signature, but it appears New England's vision, and perhaps a hefty package of draft picks and players, was enough to sway him. While nothing has been officially confirmed, the mere suggestion of Hill in a Patriots uniform has already sent social media into a frenzy. The speculation is that Hill's decision could redefine the Patriots' offensive identity. Known for his blistering speed and ability to turn any play into a highlight reel moment, Hill could provide quarterback Mac Jones with a weapon capable of forcing defenses to rethink their game plans entirely. Rumors suggest that New England is preparing to restructure their offense around Hill's unique skill set, blending rapid-fire passing schemes with the deep threat capabilities that Hill has mastered over his career. Analysts are already drawing comparisons to other teams that have shifted their offensive dynamics after acquiring elite receivers. And the consensus is that if this deal goes through, the Patriots could emerge as a dark horse contender in the AFC. Of course, there's skepticism too. Some insiders question whether Hill's blazing speed can fully translate in Bill Belichick's structured system, and whether the chemistry with a relatively young quarterback can develop quickly enough to impact the upcoming season. Yet the allure of Hill is undeniable. Imagery of him streaking down the sideline in Patriots colors has fans dreaming of explosive opening drives, game-changing fourth-quarter touchdowns, and highlight reels that dominate sports channels nationwide. While the NFL community waits for official word, the chatter continues to grow louder with every passing hour. If this rumor solidifies into reality, it could mark one of the most sensational moves of the offseason, a signing that reshapes not only the Patriots roster, but the entire landscape of the AFC East. One thing is certain, wherever TYREEK Hill lands, excitement and controversy will follow. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay updated with exclusive news about our New England Patriots, be sure to subscribe to Patriots Hub and hit that like button. We can't wait to hear your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next video.